Yes, she's got it. If you don't already have it, grab a pen, a paper. If you want to take quick screenshots, have your phone available because this is going to be a power-packed class. We're going to try to cram as much as we can with the time that we have tonight. I have the honor of introducing Kari, who is actually going to be our presenter tonight. And I don't know exactly when I met Kari, but every time I talk to her, I realize just how much I really enjoy her. And so I thought I'd share a few things that were new to me, but also so that you feel like you get to know the presenter tonight because you will love her. She was actually born on the day Elvis died. So while the rest of the world was mourning, there were a few people who were doing a party dance. She sings and plays the piano, and she has a wellness platform called thewellteam.com that she is super passionate about, and her love of it is helping women to dream big. If you have seen her, she's been on several of doTERRA's videos. She was actually widowed at the age of 38 with 3 children, but she is now remarried and they have a blended family with 5 kiddos. We were talking about this earlier today and the craziness that ensues with her husband, Bobby. And they even have a family logo that they have on their boat. They live in Florida. So for those of us in the winter, she doesn't even understand. It's BK5. So should they ever add another family member, it's going to be a problem. They're going to need a new boat. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Kari and let her kick us off.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. Oh my gosh. And thank you, Carrie, for having me. You'll notice my name is Kari, but it's spelled the way that Carrie is spelled. So think of a car. That's how I tell people to remember it. And it's really great because sometimes Carrie will send gifts to my team and they'll think it's from me. No, but we are spelled the same, but you say my name differently. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. I am so excited to be with you guys, and I have wanted to jump on more of these on Thursday nights, and I hope that I will be able to more often. But I think that these continuing education classes are amazing. I'm not going to be able to see too many of you, so with my screen shared here, so you guys will just text me if I need anything or if anything goes wrong. Okay. So I am so excited to share about this, and I learned so much when I taught this the first time in my private education group, and I learned even more this time. I listened to an amazing class. Her name is Laura Graves Atterbury, and I don't even know. I don't know what team she's on, but I loved the class that she taught on this, and I'm just stealing a bunch of things from her. And so please don't think that I am smart, but she is very smart. So I'm excited for you guys to hear this. So the thing with women's health and hormones is either you or your daughter or your mother should not have hormonal symptoms the way that we do. So many times we think that cramps and just different women's issues, we call them, are normal. They might be common, but I think that after tonight's presentation, you'll see that it doesn't need to always be this way. And there's so much that we can do with our amazing doTERRA products to really meet our body where it needs to be met. So there are proactive and preventative measures we can take that'll make such a big difference. So let's start with you guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's see, I can't see the chat too well, but go ahead and type in if you feel comfortable. You don't have to. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no unwanted symptoms and 10 being out of control symptoms, where are you right now? You might be childbearing age still. You might still have monthly cycles. You might not. You might be, I'm 43, so I'm wondering if I am perimenopausal yet or if I'm not. So go ahead and type that in. But you might be like me and might not have known tons about hormones and the endocrine system. And that's why I'm so grateful to doTERRA that ever since using these products, I've learned so much more about the body. And so some of these symptoms that you see here might be something that you experience, and this is all hormone related. So hyper or hypothyroidism, adrenal fatigue, difficulty losing weight, mood swings, trouble sleeping, infertility, poor memory, type 2 diabetes. Did you ever think that those might be stemming from your hormones? So let me get, okay, so this is my little, this is kind of my passions about teaching classes. What I want you to take away from any doTERRA product class, these are kind of some of my just foundations. I love to teach about these oils that doTERRA has been so gracious to source for us. But number one, that plants are brilliant, that our creator and creation just awards us so many amazing things that help us learn so much more about the body. To also investigate the root cause. I don't know about you, but before doTERRA, I never really thought of what was really going on. Or I would use peppermint for a headache, and then nothing would do it until a girlfriend in doTERRA would say, have you tried Clarycalm, the hormone oil? And sure enough, the root cause was a hormone issue. And so I can't help but talk about that tonight. Also, that homeostasis is a word that I'll say a couple times tonight. It means balance, and that your body is always searching for balance. It always wants balance, and that our oils don't push through the way that over-the-counter or medicines do, but they're always seeking to bring balance to the body. I think that is so beautiful, and that we can be proactive instead of reactive. So where can we be proactive with us? Maybe you're thinking of a daughter tonight, maybe you're thinking of a mother, but hopefully we can all learn a little bit and think of some great ways to support our bodies. So the female reproductive system, this used to be all that I would think of when I thought of hormones, was just your ovaries, your uterus, cervix, external genitalia, and breasts. That was the only thing that I kind of thought of when I thought of hormones or women's issues. But I'm so excited for you to see tonight how much the entire endocrine system, not just the reproductive system, plays such a huge role in our hormones. So the ovaries excrete estrogen and progesterone, which are crucial for fertility, but also play a key role in your emotions and your physical health. I want you to think of hormones that are like little messengers. They are little chemical messengers, and they send messages to all cells in the body. So your hormones affect everything, men and women, but we're going to talk mainly about women tonight. All emotional and all physical health. Well, what do we talk about with essential oils? There's always an emotional benefit to these oils, and there's also emotional and physical. And so it's so exciting that we have, again, that preventative and proactive solutions. So nutrition and hydration directly impact the production of these hormones. What do we have in the doTERRA product line that helps with nutrition and hydration? I'm sure you all know, but it can never be said too much that the Lifelong Vitality Pack, just filling in those deficiencies of our nutrition, you just cannot balance your hormones if you are not fueling your body. Your body needs fuel just like your car needs gas, and not just any kind of gas, but it needs the right kind of gas. We have lower nutritional foods than we had in centuries past, even decades past. We have higher toxins, and we have higher chronic stress. And so this being our foundation, you can't build a house without a foundation. Your body cannot survive without this proper nutrition for hormone balance and your energy level. I'm not going to go too much into the antioxidants, the anti-inflammatories, and the energy that LLV provides in the supplement class. Check that class out for all of that really, really amazingness. Okay, so let's go into a couple products. I will be honest, the bone nutrient complex is not something that I have taken tons of. I've always had it. But especially learning more about this, I really want to get it back out. When we think of women, we lose bone density as we get older. And so this is bioavailable nutrition, the same way that the Lifelong Vitality Pack is for men and women. I'm kind of surprised that they still have doTERRA women on this, because this is great for men also, for bone integrity, strength, and overall health. Important for those with weak or fragile bones, and even growing individuals. These capsules are kind of big, but our kids in doTERRA get used to taking capsules pretty quickly because they're so amazing. Two really important things in this product when we talk about balancing hormones is your vitamin D and your magnesium. So this also has not only for your bones, but also for balancing, again, finding that homeostasis to your hormone level. Okay, so this, now we're gonna get into it for women specifically. So I saw a presentation with this slide and then I couldn't find it, and then I found it. I was so excited because this is how I learn visually. I hope you do too. So we have estrogen, the main hormone that we think of for women, and it fits really perfectly into these beautiful cells receptor sites, and it does its job really beautifully. But then we have xenoestrogens that, I just simplify this because I'm a visual ex-teacher. I like the simplifying. We have xenoestrogens that are like a bully. They kick those sweet little estrogens out of their place of those receptor sites. They send unintended signals and really cause havoc. So xenoestrogens are found in canned food, farmed fish, tap water, plastics, factory farmed animals, soy and food. I gotta move my pictures here. Pollution, fragrance. I have 2 young daughters, so this is a war in my home. Pesticides, medications, beauty products, personal care products. So in doTERRA, if you hear people say that we replace toxins, part of our green living is to replace toxins of our beauty products, our makeups, our personal care products, and our fragrances. A lot of times we don't really know why. And I hope that this really clears it up for you, because I call them, when I teach classes, I call them endocrine disruptors, but I didn't exactly always know exactly the reason. It's because in these products, they are making these fake xenoestrogens that are bullies to our sweet little estrogen cells. And that was such a great way of putting it, that they're just meanies. So we need to clean it up. That is the reason why we switch everything. That's why we switch our skincare and our shampoo, and switch all of the chemical laden things that we spray on our countertops and put in, on, and around us. And have you guys noticed that when you start to clean it up, how much better, when you started adopting a doTERRA lifestyle, how much better your body responded to everything? To just your hormones were more balanced. I remember thinking everything just feels clearer because we didn't have that. One of the coaches on my team calls it a trash bucket. We can't fill up our own trash bucket and expect our bodies to work the way that they're supposed to work. And so it makes such a huge, huge difference. If you are getting a lot of xenoestrogens still, if my daughters refuse to switch from certain lotions, oh, stressful. There is a hero against the bully, and that is the phytoestrogen complex. So it is a natural form of estrogen-like therapy, not an actual estrogen, that kicks out those xenoestrogens. So it goes in there and is the hero to get rid of those xenoestrogens so that our sweet little estrogens can work the way that they should. It assists to balance not only a deficiency, but also any excess of harmful estrogen metabolites. So those are those xenoestrogens, and minimizes unwanted symptoms associated with the menstrual cycle. I really have benefited from these for my monthly cycle. I made a funny post one time called Shark Week and was talking about this, and no one got what I was talking about, but I thought it was funny. This fermented soy that's in there, I know some people try to stay away from soy, but the fermented soy is very different than just a general soy that you would usually get. So it's actually good for you. You know, a lot of what doTERRA sources with, there's some worry about things, but they really do their best job to give us the most clean ingredients. Okay, so does that help that we have a hero against the bullies? Okay, a few more products for just balancing our hormones. Rose, I have right here. When I first started in doTERRA, you could not buy rose. You could only win it if you, like, with enrollments. And so the fact that we have rose now in the touch bottle, and the fact that we can use it, is so amazing. It is the queen of the oils. And the other line that I've heard is that rose knows. Okay, so it's just so good over the heart for emotional balance, good for the libido, promotes, it's the oil of divine love. And so it just promotes openness and confidence, and really good to use over the lower abdomen for the menstrual discomfort and to promote regular ovulation. You might say, well, what if I don't want to ovulate, right? It's not going to make you ovulate if that's not something happening in your body already. So again, oils seek to find homeostasis in the body. They don't do things that we don't want them to do. Okay, now these two blends, again, screenshot this. Everybody is different, and so it is just good to try different blends. This one has, again, the clary sage, which balances hormones. Geranium supports fertility. Fennel is good for healthy ovaries. Also good for mama's milk supply, just FYI. And then ylang ylang is good for a healthy libido. So that would be a really great rollerball to make. This fertility blend, I pulled this out of the long lost archives. I mean, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. But this has a lot of different oils in it, but I have had many, many really powerful, successful stories about people that really were struggling with their hormonal balance and weren't able to get pregnant. So cypress, ylang ylang, geranium, eucalyptus, frankincense, clary sage, rosemary, and lavender. So again, it was amazing, some of the stories that I had heard, and just the power of your body when you can balance your hormones, what it's able to do for you. Okay, go ahead and screenshot this one too. This is kind of the overview of everything with the endocrine system. So when I have been saying that these xenoestrogens affect your endocrine system negatively, a lot of the products that are on the store shelf, this is going to explain so much about why this system of the body is so important. So we don't just have those women's issues as part of this whole system that is involved in the growth and development, metabolism, nutrient regulation, and overall homeostasis of the body. So let me break this down here. Okay. All right, so in overview, the endocrine system, you see all the different body parts here that it represents. This is directly involved in the growth and development, metabolism, That's what I had read on the previous slide. Nutrient regulation and overall homeostasis. It's a system of glands that produce and send hormones to targeted organs and tissues via the circulatory system. Essential oils can be very beneficial since they are circulated in the same way and profoundly benefit the cells they encounter in the process. So your endocrine system regulates hunger, sleepiness, fear, the release of adrenaline, cortisol, your stress hormone, melatonin, your sleepy hormone, your sleepiness, insulin, how you process your blood sugar, and then the three that we're used to talking about, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So essential oils provide balance to this system of the body and bring that homeostasis. So it regulates blood sugar, your blood pressure, your sex hormones, your digestion, and all relation to stress. So this endocrine system is so, so, so important. So the first organ that we are going to look at, doing it again. Oh my goodness, it then skips to all of them. I love technology unless I don't love it. Okay, is that okay if I just leave it like that, Leanne? Can you still see it big enough? Okay, good, because then I won't have to deal with it. So the first organ of your endocrine system that is so vital and that we can support so well with essential oils is your liver. Think of your liver as the lint trap of your dryer, okay? Everything filters through it. And so everything that you drink, everything that you eat, the medications that you take, even your emotions and the toxins, if your liver can't filter out the toxins, if it gets overhauled, then those toxins are just going to recirculate in the body. And that's when things start to go haywire. So for example, if the estrogen is not properly used in your body, a lot of the times, if you are having a lot of hormonal women's issues, it might even be because you have a congested liver. So how do we address liver and just flushing it? We have so many great, really gentle detoxification. I love with the doTERRA products, we don't talk about scary detoxification. It's really gentle. Just drinking our lemon water, always in glass or stainless. Slim and Sassy is a great, it's metabolic blend, but it's also really good as a natural detox. And then we have the Zendocrine. This one is the oil. So this is about 5 drops of the Zendocrine oil. There's also the Zendocrine complex that is more of a, looks more like a botanical. And that was out a lot of last year, which was really, really hard. Okay, now this is one that is near and dear to my heart. Your adrenals. Oh goodness, you guys. Your adrenals are so important. I don't know if Carrie remembers when I first met Carrie we were on Sanibel Island, and I was so in awe of these oils. I had just been using them for a couple months, and I wanted to get my hands on someone's daily routine. Like I was like, I don't even know what to do all day. Like I don't know what to be using. And so I went up to her and I was like, what do you do every day? And she said a bunch of different things. And she said, and I put basil on my adrenals. And I was like, what? I had no idea what she was talking about. I had not learned about the different systems of the body until my doTERRA journey. I just really didn't understand the brilliance of it. And so then my husband passed away in 2015. I built a house. Can you tell that these adrenals are going to start getting more and more taxed? I was exhausted and run down, and then I built a house. Then I broke my wrist and I was put on a narcotic for the pain. I didn't sleep well for like 4 to 6 weeks. Like, I'm not even joking. My adrenals, from not being on any kind of medicine, I had lived a doTERRA lifestyle for so long. And then being on that, all of the adrenaline just of building the house and the kids, and I was moving, and then being on that drug, I was just thrown for a loop, um, to say, to put it lightly. And so please, you guys, really see your exhaustion and also your inability to rest. So much of it is just taking care of those adrenals. Um, when you your ovaries make your hormones until you get older and you're not in childbearing years anymore, then your adrenals also start to make those hormones and you're counting on them. So as women, we really need to be taking care of this. Magnolia is high in linalool, higher even than lavender and other things that we think of to calm us. And so take your fists kind of like behind your back, and right back here are your adrenal glands. And so, and then Carrie, look at, in this extra adrenal support blend I found, it's cinnamon, geranium, and basil. So Carrie knew this years ago. But again, in a veggie cap or a roller ball, whatever is your preference. And then if you're needing more energy and you don't want to rely on caffeine, all of that just tweaks your adrenals even worse. The Mito 2 Max, the energy stamina, is like just that natural energy that we can depend on and doesn't tax our adrenals. Okay, I have just a couple more for you. This is something I would love for you guys to humor me a little bit. I did a wellness summit with my team a couple months ago, and I got to teach on rest. And so I would love to teach you guys. We have the oils to support our body, but there's also a lot of different lifestyle things that we can do to help with those adrenals. I would love to teach you the word untangle. If you're tangled up, you can just imagine when you're tangled, right? We all get there, and we have to recharge, do self-care, and intentionally rest. These different kinds of rest are from a book called Sacred Rest by Sandra Dalton Smith, and it is life-changing to really intentionally to schedule in different physical rest, both walking and also resting, sleeping, mental rest, emotional rest, spiritual rest, social rest might mean being with more people. Right now, a lot of us are not getting social rest if we recharge with others, or being by ourselves. Sensory rest, turning off the screens and the TVs and all of the things that give us that extra taxing that just messes with our adrenals. Creative rest, meaning sometimes if you're an artist or if you do something that adding in these different kinds of rest, I just wanted to plug that book really quick because I could talk about it all day. So good to intentionally schedule in that rest that are also those lifestyle changes that are going to help with your adrenals. Okay, and then we have your thyroid. And I have so many friends struggling with hyper or hypothyroid. It's not a life sentence. Habits are critically important. Check your nutrition, your stress level, your intentional rest, I will add, and your water supply. The main hormone is thyroxine, also called T4, and your thyroid hormones act throughout the body, influencing your metabolism, growth and development, and body temperature. So I have so many friends that have gained a big amount of weight, lost a big amount of weight, had like the shakes, I really think that it all ties together with everything that we're doing, especially for our lifestyle, that our thyroids are really under attack recently. And so this is the great blend with clove, myrrh, lemongrass, and frankincense. That lemongrass, sometimes I used to use it on like fever blisters. It can almost feel a little hot, and clove is hot. So this says 10 drops of each. Just make sure that you are a little careful with those hot oils. Make sure you have properly diluting them. But your thyroid, you would rub it right here on the sides of your neck. Okay, so I talked about that daily plan, right, that I wanted from Carrie. So here is one that I stole from someone else. The Hormone Healing Wellness Plan. I forget her name. I didn't give her credit. I'll look it up and post it. But again, taking that lifelong vitality every day, the phytoestrogen, that hero, to the xenoestrogens, it kicks them out. Mito 2 max for your energy. The yarrow palm, this is talking about the oil. I also love the capsules because right now it has that all those vitamins that we need to be taking for wellness. And then Terrazyme, you heard the digestive system come up again and again. It's so tied with our endocrine system. And so just like the Slim and Sassy would take some of the pressure off of our pancreas, the Terrazyme takes the stress off of the entire digestive system. And then we have a similar thing at night and this Super Women blend. And so this is my last screenshot here. This is the Superwoman roller ball, really good for balancing your hormones. 12 clary sage, 10 lavender, 5 geranium, 5 cedarwood, and 4 ylang ylang. Has anybody ever made it? No? Yeah, I haven't made it. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope that you feel, just empowerment, that we have so many things to balance ourselves and to bring homeostasis to the body. It's such a gift. And the fact that we have the safety of the oils that we have, and just it's just empowering. And I have not been very nice to my endocrine system, and so I'm going to be nicer to it.
Can you repeat the Superwoman's blend?
Oh, sure. Let me put it up. Okay. Oh, can you see it? 12 clary sage, 10 lavender, 5 geranium, 5 cedarwood, and 4 ylang ylang. So balancing hormones, resting, boosting libido. It's like all the things.
Thanks so much, Kari. I took so many more screenshots. I've heard this class probably 5 times now, and every single time I'm like, oh, that is so good. I need to try that. So great job.
Well, it's that lady. It's that Laura Graves Atterbury. I'll try to look up who she is because she was so good.
Well, we can credit you tonight. So thank you for sharing. Stay on, we're not quite done yet, but I want you to know that there's been some questions coming in. You can continue to put them in the chat. We will try to get to them. So often you get on these calls and you hear all about the amazing products that we have at our fingertips, and you think that those of us who are sharing are the absolute pros. And I just wanted to tell you that we are just like all of you. So when I was introduced to oils, my name's Leanne, by the way. I don't know if I actually introduced myself. My name's Leanne Stork. I was introduced to oils. It'll be 12 years this summer, which ages me more than I'd like to admit. But when I first learned about these, I remember maybe someone who might be on this call asking me if I wanted to start teaching classes. And I was like, hard pass on that. No, 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 no. But in the meantime, I had run down to my mother-in-law's place, and she lived with us. So she had her own apartment, and I ran down to her apartment and I was like, listen, I just learned about these crazy oils and they seem super powerful. And I know she had chronic pain. And so I said, they have a great promo going on right now. Oh, someone is just sharing a screen. I'm not sure, it popped up a name. I'm not sure who that was, but if you want to hit stop share.
It says Kathy Lane.
Oh, I think I got it. Sorry, Kathy. But I ran down to my mother-in-law's apartment in our house. I mean, really wasn't an apartment. And I was like, there's a crazy deal right now. And I think these things are legit. I'm not really sure. You should get some. And she did. And that's kind of how I started sharing. I really never thought I'd be on a Zoom call with hundreds of you talking about oils. It was a very authentic journey. And you will find, if you're brand new, that if you continue to use the oils, your testimony bank will grow and grow and grow because they are so effective and they are so powerful. So consequently, after I shared with enough people, I ended up having some classes and ended up sharing because there is an amazing opportunity with doTERRA. And we always like to highlight this because it's so unique, and it has been life-changing for so many of us on this call. But you may not think that you're qualified. You may not know that you could do this if you're just an average oil user. And I just wanted to tell you that we all are still average oil users. We might have specialties. We might have learned a lot. I can tell you that I have a lot more knowledge after 12 years than I did after one. But I just keep learning. And I'm just like you. I took copious notes tonight. I took screenshot after screenshot. And so if this is you and you start feeling like, I want to share with my neighbor or my mom or my sister, I would just encourage you to reach out to someone that will help you with the confidence to share, because it's really not even about the opportunity to earn money, which that in itself has been life changing, but it's also about the opportunity to change people's lives and their health. I wanted to just encourage you, if you have that nudge to share with someone, to reach out to your leader. They're happy to help you. They've been where you are before. And I would just encourage you to push through that.